off and is now snuggling in bed.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Are
Oh,
we
wow.
running? Are we four gridded up?
Wow,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Oh,
Jono,
wow.
like
So
look,
It works. It
I had to
works.
squeeze everybody in. I got their
this
names right. I got the chat up there. I got the so basically what you don't see is until everyone joins in, I can't like move people on the screen. So like for the past 30 minutes, I've been doing my frantic let's get the screen going and just in
Yeah.
time.
yeah,
So
wow. Yeah, this looks really good.
yeah, four
Like,
up.
yeah, this looks really good with all four of us on screen here. When you're putting it together, this was not what I had in my mind, but this looks
What
way
were you
better. This
thinking?
is why I was literally thinking us in four corners of the screen and everything kind of smashed in the middle. I don't know why I thought
I
like
don't,
that.
I don't
That's
know,
why
man.
I'm
I was just playing with it. That's why I kept moving as we were talking. It's like, how much time do I have left? You know, it's like doing the mad scientist stuff. So
clearly I am not the artistic one in this partnership. So
I wouldn't call myself artistic.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. Happy
You
New
know,
Year.
to
Happy
Christmas.
Hanukkah.
the three of y'all and to
Um,
everybody in chat, of course. How was everybody's Christmas celebrations? What did y'all do?
We'll start with Scott.
Yeah.
Down to Anna's family, so just not too far away from us, where we stay. We're down the coast. Just dinner and fairly quiet. So yeah, it was quite good. A little
Nice.
bit.
But I did follow your feed, by the way. I think it was dinner, Tekken, Golden Axe.
That was Boxing Day. That was
It was Boxing.
our
Okay, it's
friend.
Boxing Day. Okay, I'm a day late on
okay.
that. All right, cool.
That's yeah. He's got a bar in his garden because they keep closing all the bars here, so he built his own one. And I bought like an arcade machine that plugs in. It's got like 3,000 games, and we played darts and pool, and yeah, it grew arms and
Nice.
legs. It's very expensive.
I missed all of that, Jono. All I saw was him dressing up like Mrs. Claus doing pull-ups. That's all I saw.
I missed that.
Ooh.
Apparently,
I was like, ooh.
I'm kind of
Man,
glad. Was that on his
got me
feed
feeling
or
all
what was
flustered.
that?
That was, woo, I got me flustered with that one. Jeez.
Wow.
But I'm just gonna close that curtain. That sun's dipping
Yeah.
a little bit.
How about you, Masaki? What did you do for Christmas?
Actually, nothing much. I just cook and yeah, kind of laid back. Kind of chose not to do much. Actually, tomorrow night I booked the pretty fancy dinner. So, but other than that, it's kind of yet another weekend kind of thing. So,
Awesome.
took it slow.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I beat the crowds. Private Bumpkin here say he made baked stuffed lobster for Christmas Eve and used leftover legs and claws for lobster sauce spaghetti for Christmas Day. My God,
Wow.
Sounds like a plan.
that's
Yeah.
that's pinkies up. That is
that's like right, like
you know,
all the way out.
that's like,
pinky out,
pinkies up.
pinkies out as I sip my Costco tequila.
Stubaka.
No, but we're not going
Stubaka
to talk
has-
about drinks yet. Hang on, because
Yeah.
Scott, where are you? You're this way. You're this
Yeah.
way of a console. We're going to talk about yours in a second.
It's nasty.
So, and then me, I guess, I just kind of chilled here, just hung out, like a totally relaxed day. Had gone out, saw some lights with the producer, and previous, just kind of wandered around, but just really low key. this year.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a voice chat with my fam back home, like my parents and
Same.
stuff, and
Yeah.
niece and
Yeah.
nephew, and did all that mess. But yeah, that was it. So we got to I actually did proper Christmas morning with the niece, the nephew, my sister, my mom, and all that on.
That's
video
good.
chat.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I did the same thing. Just called back, did some stuff, opened some presents. We had a lot of barbecue this year. We had like barbecue on Christmas Day. Then we had barbecue on Boxing Day. It was yeah, it was a bit much. So today we just had stew.
Yeah.
Just made stew today. Just stayed home, made stew, drank a half bottle of wine, did our thing. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Just gotta rest and relax nowadays. I think that's more enjoyable than going out and fighting the crowds.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everybody's adjusting to that now. I think we've done this a
Yeah.
couple years in a row. So I don't know, maybe traditions, holidays, things are going to shift a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind getting, mixing it up and having a good time, but at the same time, it does feel a little refreshing that we're able to kind of stay home and stay with, friends and family or just a small select group of people. And just makes for a better holiday experience, in my opinion. So with that, I think we should move on to a very important portion of the show.
What? Why?
Let's-
Why Scott has a pig wearing red rain boots over to the side of him? Is that a pig?
Dude,
I'm trying to work out myself.
Is that what it is?
no, it's probably like an extra to like the sexy fireman that he posted up at work.
That might be it.
It's
Yeah.
it's a card from Anna's sister, just a thank you card. But so
Oh,
Anna
okay.
uses the office now because she works from home a lot, which means my cool stuff's been littered. Yeah. So there's little piggies and kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my stuff's been pushed to the back everywhere.
Enjoy. Yeah. That's what happens, man. That's life. Just
Nice.
attrition.
Nice.
Attrition. So anyway, you were saying, Mark, the important.
The important part is, what are we all drinking on this lovely end of the year show? We can
Oh.
start with we should start with Scott.
Yes,
I think
I think so
we should
too.
start with our guests and let's start with Scott.
Right away, dragon soup.
Is that wait? Is that the Scottish way to spell soup? Because I don't know. The Queen's English doesn't spell with two O's. Just gonna throw it out there.
It's basically like a kind of monster with alcohol in it. It's the start of the night out kind of drink, but it's like 1:30 in the afternoon here, so it's gonna be a long day.
So it's Four Loko and a kilt. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
pretty
it.
much, yeah.
Got it.
Love it.
Underwear.
Man, it sounds way more classy too. If you put it that way, Four Loco and a kilt called Dragon Soup with two O's. You know they're the same family because they're just as classy.
Yeah.
But
There's
my
no
goodness.
pinky out on this one. It's one in each hand.
yeah.
Wait, get something magically handed through the wall there. Oh wow, yeah. So dragon. So it's basically like cough syrup.
Yeah,
The
pretty much. Yeah.
monster. Okay, cool.
Pretty much.
Good.
I'll bring some over. When we meet up next time, I'll bring some to you guys, and we'll do like a cultural exchange.
Please,
Oh,
because Misaki
yikes.
always brings us like the really good Chuhai, like all like
Yeah.
the strong zeros, all that kind of good stuff. You can bring the dragon soup, and yeah, we can slay dragons and like I don't know, maybe like we'll learn
we
a new
can
language,
Yeah.
We'll slay dragons and speak Japanese at the same
speak
time.
Japanese at the same time.
Not the rat. We gotta chase the dragons. That's what
Oh.
we're gonna do.
No,
Damn.
chase the dragon, something very different.
Yeah.
Goodbye monetization. Hey. woo.
Yikes.
Drug references. Cancel.
Anyway, so on that note, Mr.
Masaki.
Dragon, what are you drinking?
I'm having a Hokkaido Limited Sapporo Classic,
Oh, those are good.
the Golden Kamui label.
Oh,
Ooh.
those are very
Yeah.
good.
So that's only in Hokkaido. Well, obviously only in Hokkaido because.
Actually, yeah, a friend of mine came over yesterday and got me this. So
Oh wow! So he brought it down for you.
yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, those are very good. You get an opportunity to go, you drink it. That's about all you will drink. So, your turn, Jono. What are you drinking?
Well, I got two. I'm gonna double fist it tonight. Well, this was no lie. This is my. Dear God, got to take the edge off the nerves as I'm trying to get this thing set up and launched within a 5-minute window of everything. But since it's year end and I want to kind of celebrate Taiwan, I've got a double fisted evening. I've got the Kavalon Highball ready to go.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's nice.
Dude,
Fancy.
these are like my they're like the go-to. Like for just something in a can. I
Oh,
mean, like
yeah.
literally Kavalan, and like it's just ready to go. It's really good. Like I keep teasing you, Masaki. Like when you show up, I'm going to just like if we meet in the States, I'm packing these in my suitcase. By the way, they're coming. So
All right.
they'll make it to the
right.
States. Number 2, like I said, I swear to goodness, I want to shill for this company until they finally sponsor this podcast. This is from Taihu. So Kavalan, by the way, I know you guys got some deep pockets. You boys roll deep, so hey, we'll take you. Also, Taihu Brewery. This is their Long Island Ice beer. I may have had the Long Island Ice beer on before, but
Possibly.
this is a good
Love
old
the can though.
9
Love the can design.
9.99. Yeah, this is a special edition with what Philip Colbert did the art on this one. I
very
kind of
nice.
like the thing, the monster here holding the big shot. So it's kind of actually it's his for it's the beer bug art against called Art Against the Virus. So anyway, it's
Interesting.
really cool cans. They do a lot of cool
Interesting
stuff. So I'll take a vote. Which should I crack open first? 5% Swiss highball or almost 10%?
I think you should start with the 9.99% happiness.
All right, I'll go. I'll roll deep. I'll see your 7.5, Scott. I'll see it, and I'll raise you an extra 2.49.
All right.
The backup's good to go though. Once I finish the can, I went, what a cold brew.
Now you're talking.
Oh
we could be
man.
friends. We could be friends. Is that not the weirdest stuff? Like I know I had that on a couple shows ago. Like it was
I've been
post
keeping my eyes
birthday.
open for that.
Yeah, actually that was compliments of birthday gift from the producer. On that one. Isn't that kind of like we talked about, like is it whiskey? Is it coffee? I don't know. It's like both and none at the same time.
Somewhere in between in both. It's very odd. You couldn't even try and describe the taste of someone because it doesn't even. It's not even like a Jameson's aftertaste of it that I noticed anyway. I don't mind Jameson's.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jameson's like the go party out. Grab it. It's cheap. It's good enough. It's kind of like the easy drinker. It's like what I call. It's like the Irish Suntory whiskey you find in every convenience store here.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Santori, and in honor of all you guys, I am drinking the OG Strong Zero.
Oh,
I had to do it. I had to bring on the Strong Zero. I wanted to do. The producer asked me, "Don't you want to do something fancy?" So I did have some Santori whiskey, but we drank all that during Christmas. So I was making the barbecue and mixing drinks for people. So people were coming up to me and saying, "Excuse me, hi Bodu." I'm like, okay.
Hi, Bodu.
I was literally doing all the mix, but yeah. So I today we went to the supermarket and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Strong Zero. The producer's like, get something fancy. I'm like, this is very fancy.
Yes.
So
And it's
9%
nostalgic.
happiness. Yes, it is. It has to be.
It's kind of like there's so many memories that surround Strong Zero.
All of you.
Whether
all of us.
it be sitting at the Red Wolf booth at SHOT Show, all of us sitting
Yeah.
around there, or whether it's in Tokyo, like it just in the middle of there's like so many reasons, or better yet,
Yes.
even in Chiba, sitting downstairs in the lobby
Oh, that was a good
of the
time
hotel.
too.
God.
That was a good time
there's
as
like,
well.
I mean, I literally like my brain
Yeah.
can call up so many positive memories that
Mhm.
involve.
Oh
that.
yeah. I still remember when Masaki rolled up to our booth with that box. I didn't even know what it was, and then he opened the box. I swear to God, it was like Pulp Fiction when they opened the suitcase and that golden glow glows. It was literally that. It was It was like, oh, and then like
The halo.
yeah, exactly. You were pulling all this out, right? Like you got like the double lemon, the single lemon, the grape flavor. It was
It
every
wasn't even
flavor
all one
imaginable.
flavor. You were like the ultimate. Yeah, there it is. The perfect Scott.
I've actually realized that's
Yeah, that's
It was
exactly what it
that.
felt like.
It's like you get a Strong Zero. He's like the Oprah of Strong
Yeah,
Zero for that moment
exactly.
there. It was just
We're
the
drinking
best.
Strong Zeros, and then you know who was there. We're all like, oh yes, and everybody's like, oh, let me have a try. What's this? And the virgin mouths, the virgin tongues, they sip it. You're like, ugh. They kind of do a little bit of this, and then like,
You're
I
like,
need more,
yeah, wait.
and then I need more. Yeah,
where the happiness finds you.
that's
Yeah.
right. that 9% happiness kicks in real quick.
Yep.
Like it's really hard for me. Like, I mean, of course I love this stuff that I grab. It's really hard for me not to like when it's just like, I just want one of something. I'll just go for one of those. Or usually I'll grab the big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
The
the big
tall
boy
one,
and you're set. Like one of those, I'm like, I'm good for the night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like if I'm with some friends and you know, we want to keep drinking, but beer is a little too heavy, that's definitely the way to go.
Oh yeah, a few weeks ago we had the office party that I kind of posted a few pics, and my colleague Ryan, he actually
boss.
had 10 cans of that shit.
10. Oh, what a baller.
Well,
Well, he somehow made it home, so it's all good.
yeah, he said it. Don't remember much. Don't remember cooking some. Well, he went back and he had obviously had munchies and he cooked the nachos. Yeah, and then waking up and it's like, what's this? And then his wife says, you cooked last night, so
You
Don't
can't
remember.
remember.
don't even remembering.
That's awesome.
I swear that's a disclaimer on here.
Yeah, there's something.
Yes. Potential memory loss. It's
Yeah.
right here.
I can't read Japanese. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't count. You know,
Hmm.
I'm lucky to jam in a couple Chinese words here. Like my
Yeah.
my traditional's a little like half rusty.
Yeah. I think it's part of the katakana right here. It's like memory loss.
Yeah, yeah. I see katakana. I'm lost, man. That's why I have no idea.
Oh man, when in doubt, katakana is it's just when in doubt.
I just
throw it
love
out
the
there.
fact. I love the fact that Scott's can the word soup is spelled with 2 O's.
I know.
Yeah.
Not even in English.
Yeah. Oh, it's English somewhere, I'm sure. Soup. It's soup.
I'm so tempted to now write soup like with 2 O's now. Like everywhere I refer to the word soup, I just want to write SOOP now.
So
Yeah.
I'm surprised the US hasn't done that first.
Well, you know, we
Left, right, and center. So, yeah, it's fine. Make it better.
So speaking of cocktails, I kind of did like a group gift for the fam back in the States, and I'm not shilling something, but this is pretty cool. So you're talking about, like you said, you had to make cocktails and stuff. So I found this thing on Amazon. It's called the Bartizan.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah. So it literally, I know there was like the Bartesian, or there's something else. I forget what it was called, like the bartend. I forget the name, but it was a combination of Keurig and Anheuser-Busch got together and made this like cocktail machine. But
Cool.
basically, this truly is the Keurig. You know, the Keurig coffee machine.
Yeah,
you put
yeah,
the
yeah,
pods
yeah.
in and you close it, or like an espresso.
Right.
Depending on where you live, almost everybody knows globally Nespresso. It's the Nespresso or Keurig of cocktail machines.
Oh,
So-
this is very interesting.
It ran on sale. I saw it on Amazon. I was like, I'll give this thing a shot. I wanted to get one for myself, but I'm like, do I want to spend the money to have it shipped here? I don't know if it's good. So I'll buy it for my family, my sis, and then back home. You know, because they entertain a lot. So it looks like a really fancy Keurig machine in the middle, and it's got 4 glass jars, 2 that flank each side of the middle, and it's got like a bar well in the front, like a bar pad, like you would
Right.
like a bartender would have like for a beer tap. And you have these pods that are your cocktail mixers. And you open the thing, you drop the pod in. So if you want to do like a gin and tonic, or if you want to do like, it's not really gin, it's like a slow gin fizz, you do like Sex on the Beach, you can do like some of the foo ones, even a margarita, or you can do like whiskey sours, things like that, even old fashions. And you have 4 mixes. So you have like whiskey, gin, vodka, rum, and one of them you swap out. They give you 5. One of them's like that space has 2. So depending on the mix you're doing, I think it's like gin and rum both swap out because there's like really pretty much nothing that takes both. Like most cocktails don't. And you just put the pot in, you hit the button, and you say like, do I want it weak, strong, or whatever, and it pumps out a legit cocktail
Wow.
for you. It's a Keurig, and now like I got it on sale. I was like, yeah, it's not exactly cheap. It's pretty on the pricey end, but it's kind of like
Right.
for the whole side of the fam. I think they're like in the 300 US-ish range.
that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the pods are a few dollars a pop, roughly. But it's
Okay.
all the mixer you need. So all you have to do is supply the alcohol, and you put your own brand alcohol in these glass. They're like, I think they're about like a liter or a liter and a half. They're pretty
Right.
big. Yeah, so you can like let it go for the party.
Oh, wow.
and just hit the button. Yeah, and they're on the side, so you don't have to
Just
take
keep
them out.
holding
Yeah.
the button down. More,
So-
more.
But the feedback I got on this thing, usually these are like, feedback I got actually quite good.
Oh,
So for the money, they say like it's basically like the level of the cocktail you get. It's like if you went to like an OK bar, like
Right.
someone
Yeah.
like, hey, give me a this, you're gonna get that out of the machine. So I was like,
Okay.
all right. I mean, it's not like high end, whatever, but you're talking about pumping out a cocktail for like $3.50-ish US, you know,
Mhm.
$4,
Right.
3 to 3, like versus like you go out and now you pay what US, like 10, 12, 13, whatever for a cocktail.
Yeah, similar pricing to here. Like in the UK here during the lockdowns, there was all the restaurants and stuff. They started doing like a takeaway, like fancy takeaway stuff. But a load of them started doing frozen cocktails as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they were $10, $11, whatever. But yeah, we frequently got carried away. So like putting a second and a third order for the restaurant is like, well, we may as well get 4 each because you know it's the guy's already coming.
Yeah.
We're doing a favor.
You're
just
paying
like,
for the
so-
delivery fee, right? That's like part of the battle.
But
So,
my
yeah.
friend of mine in Edinburgh, he runs a cocktail bar, quite a fancy one, and he started doing takeaway cocktails. But he worked out all the logistics, the factory to do it, the packaging, and he said he made more money doing that than he'd ever made running a bar. It
Really?
went-
Because overhead, because you
literally-
could pre-make, I guess, probably a lot of it
yeah,
and just have it sitting. So yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
the same concept, like having pre-made cocktails. So I think this is like we talked about things shifting. You said, hey, your family, like your producer's family had like the bar built in the basement, right?
Yeah.
For the holidays. So it's like that. You have like a pub and you've got this, and now you have like everybody can get like their own little beer. Like Heineken's got their beer thing, you know, and all that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
now next to
yeah.
your Heineken thing, boom, now you've got a full-on cocktail maker. You just press them like, and the best part is if you have guests, they just serve themselves. You no
Yeah,
longer have
go
to do
press
what
the
you did,
button.
Mark, and
Yeah.
sit there and be bartender all night long.
I know.
Yeah.
Funny thing, it started. I was just with like I was gonna serve a few of my friends, and then then a line formed. Right. I was like, hey, I would like a highball. I'm like, it's literally just the ice, the whiskey, and the soda.
Yeah, nope. They want you to
And they're
make it.
They're like, can you make it? You make it so much better. I'm like, I've never made you one before. What are you talking about?
But what's happening is you're making them, and they're over there sipping each other's drinks, going, "Oh man, these are good. This is like in a bar." So
Yeah, I
that's what
know,
happens.
right? That's exactly what it is. So it's all good. I mean, I had fun. Didn't didn't hurt me much, and they just drank all my liquor.
That's what happens when you have friends over.
Yeah. That's
But
what
at
it
least
is.
this you can control it. So when it's done, like you can only fill up the bottle so much. Oh, sorry, we're out of gin. Or you only put so many pods out, and when the pods are gone, they can't do anything. So like you actually can control your spend. It's
Yeah,
sneaky
that's very
and
true.
smart.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, let's get into some of the things about this particular show being the year-end show. We want to recap about some of the things that happened this year and maybe a few things that we're looking forward to next year. How about let's start with that? Let's start with what are some of the highlights for this year? I mean, other than the obvious, well, finally getting out of lockdown. And I certainly hope the highlight for next year is not going into another lockdown.
No.
Oh, yeah. Whew.
We'll
So-
see about that.
So let's start with our guest again. This time, let's do Masaki. Masaki, what was something that this year was something that you felt like was it's worth looking, worth remembering?
Awesome.
Highlight for this year.
Well, I mean, I could actually fly a bit last year, the last shot show and all that stuff. And then this year is like probably like the first year that I don't get to see none of you, nobody outside from the company really.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not that I want to remember this year.
Yeah,
It's
true.
something that I cannot forget. But it's lots get done this year. I mean, usually, I fly every other month or so to somewhere for like good 2-3 weeks at a time, and then coming back and try to recover from it, and that back and forth. I do it, how many times a year. And I mean, this whole year I didn't pretty much go anywhere except few times down to Tokyo for not for the air soft side of business, more about the fishing side, the licensing stuff. So yeah, so nothing on the work side I can, strongly remember. But I should say one thing to point out. I'm sorry to kind of go on about the day job thing,
Oh
but
no, please. I mean, that's
That's
like
fine.
with,
Yeah,
our
it's all
jobs
good.
really
with
define
a
us.
weird twist that I actually, start working with that guy next to me, my box, Jono, as a somewhat like business partner, business alliance.
yeah.
So that's something, like we've been all talking about, you and me can do this, that, all that shit, and then out of blue you just started your thing, and then and come to find out that something you do is something we do in Japan. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we
that's
we
something.
both run parallels. So
Yeah, and seemingly more to come.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
There's a lot more to come. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
excited. So
yeah, so
excited.
that's something that was mentioning, especially on this podcast. I mean the lives. So like that friend turned into a good work ally. It's a good thing. So
Oh, for sure. Always a good thing.
Always.
Yeah.
Always a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think this is also kind of like a theme with Jono too, right? Tease something, on the stream. Something's coming down the pipe. This time it's gonna be with Masaki.
Yeah.
Wait, we gotta wait for
But
it.
that's the thing. Like, at least I deliver. At least it's not like clickbait. At least it's like, hey, something's coming, and then it happens. At least.
yeah, voila.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But don't worry, stream. It has nothing to do with BCM.
No. No.
We already that one we've already touched on.
Yeah, we already covered that part. There's more. There's always more. There's always more.
Scott, what about you, my friend?
Work-wise, we had a fantastic year, probably one of our busiest years ever. I think just due to the way everything was sitting, the way transport was happening, we were quite fortunate that way.
But wait, you said work. Like you have you run multiple businesses.
Yeah, so Land Warriors become quite diverse as a company now. So there's the classic airsoft side, but we also run a gym, a firearms rifle club, and we're a firearms dealership as well. And then I partnered up with a guy I've known for a long time, and also we do water sports in the building now as well. So it's a company called Sky Monster, which has been going about a year and a half now. So with all the lockdown and people being able to go out and do pursuits locally, everybody got into paddle boarding here, and it went insane. So yeah, we've been really fortunate that way. Also got married this year finally.
For all of us, we know you've been trying to schedule that. So, like,
I know.
if not for the issues globally, you would have had that happen like 2 years ago.
It's been crazy.
I know.
So we had a 5-person wedding. I had my dog in man, because dog didn't count toward people, which was good. Apart from during the ceremony, he went off and he raided the bin in the kitchen, so we had to cut the ceremony, get the dog, then continue the ceremony, which I don't think happens too often at a wedding. It's been a good year. We've travelled around Scotland a little bit more than we would have done, sort of driving holidays and things like that. So it's been good fun. It's been a tough year in some ways because you've not been able to do everything you've been wanting to do. But as long as you had an open mind and go and do something else, there was plenty to do. It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're approaching lockdown 8.0 at a rapid speed now in the UK again.
8.0.
So we'll see.
Are you like joke? Is that joke or is that serious? Like 8.
I'm absolutely certain they've cancelled all the New Year parties here. I think when we should be back to work about the 4th, the 5th-ish. I reckon that'll be lockdown. So you'll go to work for essential stuff. So I think they'll let New Year get out of the way and then they'll lock us down. That's my prediction.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go. We've done it before. We'll do it again. We'll be fine.
I'm going
Are
to
you
give you the
gonna
most
be-
southern response. Bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Presume I have one.
Yeah, I was assuming. Yeah. How dare you assume I have a heart?
I'm offended.
So I would assume that you're going to be in town for all of this, all the fireworks.
No, I am actually jetting off to Fortaventura to enjoy the festivities somewhere else, who are not having a lockdown at the moment. So last time I went there in September, I got COVID. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Good luck. Again, I'm going to throw the fingers crossed again.
Wow.
Wear a mask.
Yeah.
Jeez, this sounds like a lot of fun. You get to skip lockdown, but potential. Hey, so good. So good, man.
Wait, dodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking
Jono?
of lockdown, by the way,
Yeah.
I just watched the lock. Was it? That was 2 specials ago. The lockdown special with the old Top Gear crew, which is now Grand Tour, but it's
Yeah.
LOCH lockdown. Those guys are still awesome, by the way. Anyway, me.
Yeah, you.
Wow, I have been in these. I would say 4 walls, but it's not exactly a square. My place is kind of like weird, like letter lowercase h, the way it's set up.
Right.
And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 or 9 wall. I don't know, 8 walls, whatever. Just really building. Like my focus this year has been a massive career change. It seems like every I don't know, because I started I was in the IT world for a while, and then I made the jump in pretty much 2000. I started the podcast in 2009 for my Airsoft podcast, and it evolved into YouTube. So it was like 2010-ish, 11, it really and about 11, 12, I made a full-time job. So for about a decade, I was doing that as my primary business. And then this year, everything changed, but it's taken a year to get it done. So this year for me is it's been this weird blur of a very educational year for me. And again, I have to echo Masaki here. I'm so used to traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, the airlines are like, "Hey, we'd love to have you back." You flew 100,000 miles last year with us. We'd love to have you back with us. That kind of stuff. And I'm sure Masaki gets the same emails. It's just one of those things. Wow, it's I haven't been on a flight in almost 2 years now. It's really surreal, and we're all adaptable. I think humans are super adaptable creatures for the most part. But I think this year has been the build up, and it's been good because I think this is the year for me to spend the time doing that. I want to belabor my other job like that, but it's good to pivot, social media guy for a while. And hey, you know what? With the way the old, I don't want to disparage since we're doing the old YT that we're on right now treats our day jobs, all 4 of us, the mutual day job, how we're kind of third-class citizens when it comes to talking about that.
Yeah.
And then this year too, the podcast, this podcast, this has been fun. This has been okay, I'll tell you this. I love doing YouTube. I really do. I think the best part is teaching, helping, sharing. But this has been the spark I think I needed to get me back into that creative juice. It's the creative outlet. Just hang out with friends. It's casual, but it's fun. I think this is, I have to say, I know it's gonna be cliche, the highlight of the year, honestly. Even though I've been building a new company and all that, totally the highlight of the year. But yeah, to Masaki's point, speaking of the company thing, things coming along, things building, things growing, all kinds of new projects. It's kind of unleashed, right? I finally have able to. I've observed and soaked in for a decade, and now it's kind of time to squeeze the sponge, and give back.
It's good, man. It's good. I'm excited. I don't know what's happening. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show. There's. I'll get you updated. I'll get you up to speed.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would have to mirror basically what you said, Jono. I mean, to be honest, for the first, everyone that I've been having conversation with for those last couple weeks has always been the first half, almost 3/4 of this year has been just so sluggish. It just felt like it's how I would say it like this. There were multiple times in the beginning of this year where I would look at the calendar and say, how is it still March? like what in the hell? And so I get all I was like, oh, whatever, it's gonna be a long year. But to be honest, now that it's December and I'm in retrospect looking, I feel like I've done a lot this year. I've invested in myself tremendously this year. I felt like I finally got my stupid driver's license thing sorted out.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm so flipping glad because like, if it wasn't for like the past 4 to 5 months of you like absolutely stressing over that, which is awesome. I'm like, that has to, from an outsider looking in, that has to be your number one accomplishment for this year.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, I could drive and I've done it and I've gone through this process before, but now that I gotta do it again, and you put in the same stresses, you're like, oh my God, why? This is not, how is this hard? you know?
I would dread to do it again. I must say, I would.
Oh God, like it's just, I don't know. Anyways, so that was probably like achievement wise, that was probably one of the big ones. But yeah, just like, just what you said, John, like for the podcast, like this has been something that I've been really enjoying, like we say, what a way to kick off Monday, to make Monday finally bearable. Monday for me has always usually been kind of, really sore and kind of uncomfortable because of practice and, stuff like that. For the last few years, is every Monday has just not been fun. Nothing to really look forward to. But lately with, what we've been doing this, it's really helped kick my creativity up. Think about like how I can be better, talking about things and coming up with ideas, you and I kicking ideas back and forth and trying to do more of these things going forward. And we plan for 2022, to which I'll also say I'm excited that, I have some big things coming up in 2022 as well. So I'm really excited for that.
Now you're the one that gets to tease us for the next 3 to 4 months until you finally drop your bomb.
Yeah. I mean, I think some people have chit-chatted with me a little bit, and then because I've been somehow towards the end of this year, I've been very, very fortunate. A lot of people have been reaching out to me that wanted to do collaborations and stuff like that. And I said, like, hang on, like, I'm so sorry I can't get back with a lot of friends because I've just got so much going on right now, with work and with a bunch of life stuff, all good. Like when I say life things, I'm so glad to have friends who give a crap about me and say, are you all right? Like, is everything okay? Like, it's the first time I ever hear you talking about like you're going through some life stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's not a bad thing. Just, going through some life stuff.
For someone who has like input, like
yeah,
insight.
For sure. Yeah.
It's like usually people say like going through life stuff. It's like, it's like save Britney all of a sudden. We got to like do hashtags on Twitter for you or something, man.
Hey, Mark.
For real.
No, it's all positive life stuff, like I've just been very excited, where for where things are going to be in 2022. And like the other day I finally had to make a post on Facebook because I was just texting with Masaki actually. And I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, like it just kind of all hit me. It's like, man, 2022 is going to be really crazy. it's going to be a wild 2022. So I'm really looking forward to it. And finally I can do the Jono things. I'll let you guys know more when time comes.
I'm the terrible tease here. Now you get to be the tease.
Yeah, finally. Yes.
But I tell you, one of my goals is, and I don't know about you, Scott, I'm hopeful we can maybe work something out to see you next year. I think in the books, I'll at least see this gentleman over here, Masaki. I think there's a chance, potentially, we may cross paths next year at some point, depending on how the whole global situation and quarantines and all that. So
a remote chance will
nothing is definitive. You can't say yes, but things could be timed appropriately potentially.
Well, we were 90% chance going to SHOT Show, and then this Omicron variant hit, so things are getting tighter. So we're like, we might actually not get out of the country in a couple of weeks. So we'll give it say 2-3 days notice and we might try and last minute it. But yeah, failing that, you guys are very welcome here. We can go have some fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing SHOT Show. I don't think there's a lot of people doing SHOT Show this year. Like, and I'm kind of glad. I kind of made the call early. But for those of you who are watching, like, what are you talking about, SHOT Show? It's like our industry. We all share the same industry of airsoft.
Sorry, John, to stop you. Keep going. I'm gonna get another drink.
Go for it. So we all share the same industry of airsoft. So like how we all know each other and how we all originally became friends is through this hobby sport business that we all share. Now we all have other interests, like for example, Masaki's company not only does airsoft, but they do fishing supplies. Scott, you're into like lifestyle sports, you know, everything from like gym / CrossFit. I know you do some CrossFit stuff there. You do like you've got like the outdoor stuff. You've got the real shooting side, things like that. Mark's business is definitive in one box of the airsoft world. Same with mine. We both kind of live in that same box, but that's how we all share. It's a crossover. So this is kind of the one time of the year that all of us normally can get together. That, and then in March, there's one in Germany we usually go to. It's called IWA. So between the two of those, we get a chance to hang out, and we usually spend time not talking about our day jobs, but enjoying life and everything else. And essentially, you're getting to see four of us. If we were sitting at a table in some pub in Nuremberg, Germany, it would probably be this, without the exposition of explaining to you why. Yeah, you would probably have the dragon soup with 2 O's.
And Alan.
Yeah,
Cotito,
yeah, and ode to Alan.
I'll see you, man. Have a good one. I'm just looking at that.
Congrats on your first day of the new job.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, Cotito.
Nice.
Thank you for coming by and saying hi. Really love you, and have Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, friend. My friend.
And by the way, Nelson, welcome to the podcast. Saw Nelson on there in the chat. We're referencing chat up here.
Definitely. 2022 is
so
a
yeah,
rebound
I mean,
year,
it's
for sure.
it's something we do. Like, so SHOT Show it's in Las Vegas, which is like the best social spot you can probably pick on the planet. But Scott, have you gone to SHOT Show? When was the last time you went to SHOT Show?
In a few years now. When was the last one I did? 2017 or 2018, maybe. One of them. Nope, Lauren, it one. I can never remember.
No, same.
Yeah,
same. So
yeah, it's been a few years certainly, but yeah, never really changes either. That was part of the problem, wasn't it? So
yeah, it's the same. It's like our industry is like a small blip in a big, pond.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but yeah, that's kind of our life. Just give you like, I know we always talk about this stuff, but we don't. I always have to think, I'm like, oh, you know what? I shouldn't assume that our viewership, is always up to speed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, good old SHOT Show. Now you guys know.
Yeah,
it's just it's a glorified excuse for us to hang out.
Like, it depends on what we do. Like, some people are running around. They're probably running around doing sales meetings. Doing video. Hanging out, having fun. I'm usually running around the camera during the day, and then I'm the no fun guys. Like, all right, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go because I have to be up at 8 a.m. and filming.
Yeah, that is you. Like, for real. Like, guys, like this. That is legit, Jono.
But here's the thing. Like, if you look at what I do, I'm on the camera. So like, I do have to go because like everybody's like, we're gonna stay up late and have fun, right? I'm like, that's cool, but I can do that Thursday night when the show's like pretty much wrapped. Yeah. Until I finish all my filming, I can't. Can you imagine me like hungover, like, hi guys, welcome to the show? And I do my stuff like semi-live. I'm literally like the past few years I did it. I was like filming and like as I'm standing there on the floor, like uploading immediately, editing. You're like, hi guys, oh, shh, quiet, my head hurts. Oh, like, can you imagine that?
If Rob McGain is still in the chat, Rob will know that during IWA, which is the same version of this, but in Europe, how hungover I've sadly been on more nights than one. I try to leave. I try to get out early. I mean, there are nights when we were all at Finnegan's in IWA. It's a pub in Germany, where I would look at my watch. I was like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I look at the door. Scott's still there, by the way. I was like, I guess I'm staying.
It's gotta have to like be at a booth and actually talk to customers or do filming. Yeah. Like, I'm the king of the Irish goodbye, my brother. You got to do this. Like, you pick a few select people, like, yo, I'm out. I'll see you later. Bye. And then you don't even give them a chance. It's like, hey, I'm going to leave you. Like, no, you just like drive by goodbye. You're like, walk by Masaki. Hey man, I'm out. See you tomorrow. Bye. He's like, I don't even listen. I mean, I love you. Like, I love you to the point that I actually even told you I'm leaving. Cause like, guess what? Yeah. The other 95% of the group of the people here are not even going to know I left. They're like, where'd Jonathan go? Like an hour later, they have no clue I'm gone.
No, so what the trick is Finnegan's like a long, thin bar.
Yeah, it's like a long, thin, and then it opens up at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're at the back. What you do, the people there, you go, I'm going to go at the bar. Then you get to the bar and there's a people at the bar and you go, I'm going outside for a cigarette. Then you're outside. So all you've got to get past is the people who smoke. And you go, I'm going to go to the cash machine and get some money, or I'm going to go grab a burger I'm eating today. Like, oh, yeah, back in 5, grab me a pint. Whew, gone.
You're
Master.
gone.
I never leave, but that's how you leave.
You've got it figured out. And then when
Oh,
you come back,
man.
you're like, hey man, we got your pie. I was like, man, I looked for you. Where were you?
And you do that back to them. Yo, what? I was there the whole
I was
time.
looking. I was in the back.
See, I'm Japanese. I do the ninja move, and suddenly like, ah.
Yeah.
Now you see him, now you don't.
You pull out like the Batman smoke bomb. You're like, poof. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Masaki's good too, like, cause like he's like, I remember that he kind of does a variation of this, like what you did, Jono. It was like we would be drinking, all of us, you know, I would turn to Masaki, I'm finishing my pint. I was, hey bro, you want another one? He goes, nope, I'm fine. I should be okay. Just let me breathe a little bit. I'm like, okay, cool, man. And like I put it down and some like Maxime or someone else will hand me another. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm not gonna say no. I sip and then I feel these two hands on my shoulder, pop, pop. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I turn around, Masaki's gone. Like it's just, I just hear I feel the hands on the shoulder, I hear the voice, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's just, wow.
So that's the Osaka Ninja. There's
Yeah.
I do the Irish goodbye. I just disappear. They're like, where were you at? I'm like, yo, like you didn't see me leave. I told you goodbye. Like I just just disappeared.
I tried. I can't do it. I've tried so many nights. Like, I think the closest I've gotten was finally at about like 11 o'clock. I wanted to peace out. And the moment I walk out, then the boys from New Pro walk in. And I was like, oh,
That's the thing. There's always a flow of somebody. And like, and at these events, like, especially if you do the after hour stuff, I think Vegas is different. Cause like if you're, all right.
Not true.
So if we're in Iwa in Nuremberg, there's only like a couple places to go.
yeah.
Let's stay open
Really.
late. So if you want to socialize, you want to do your after hours socialization, which is important for business, then you go to the few different places, and it's just so hard to get out of it because everybody's there. But in Vegas, it's like there's probably 300 places you can go.
Yeah.
So my problem is I usually book like a pre-dinner cocktail with this company. I have like a dinner here, and then way back behind my chair, I got like after dinner cocktails with this third company, right? So I got 3, and I spend like an hour at each place and like 4 hours traveling between the two.
Yeah. That's definitely something about Vegas. Like, but with us, when we do Vegas, they all book through our manager for the USA, right? So they come in. He comes and tells us all the time, say, look, we want to respect your time. If you guys want to go out and have fun, y'all do that. But if we got bookings and they specifically want to have you or whoever else, like me or whoever else, hang out, then guess what? I'm a glorified tool for the company. I got to be there, right?
You're arm candy,
So-
brother. You're
yeah.
arm candy.
I'm there just to smile and shake hands. So that's why I got to go. So like for me, it's a little bit opposite. So for Vegas, because everything opens so late, like our
Or never
dinner
closes.
yeah, our dinners would go 3-4 hours, right? Like I remember Masaki and one of our common friends, Boyd from Hillbilly 223, they were at this event and they were texting me, "Hey, you coming over? You coming over?" I can't.
Yeah.
I was with these these other clients of ours till like I think 11:30 before they decided to leave, and I got so blitzed at that drinking thing because like they kept on saying, "Hey, amigo, let's do more tequilas," and I'm like, okay.
All right. Pro tip on that. And there's a few people that know my trick, and I'm going to share with everybody. This is pretty common. When you get there, go to the bartender. Let him know, hey, I got to stay clear. I'm doing business. Go ahead and ring it up as whatever you want to ring it up as, but water that stuff down to nothing. And when I give you the tip, like the sign, it's water and ice only. And always order something clear. So say, I'm going to do gin and tonics tonight, right? So you can pivot on, or I'm going to do vodka tonic. I'm going to do vodka soda, right? Anything brown, or you could do it the other direction and go all the way dark and do like, I'm going to do Jack and Coke because they can just put soda in there, right?
Yeah.
If you do that, and after you give them the nod, and then when you do it, drop a tip on them. Drop a pretty nice one up front. Like, hey, look, I got to stay clean. Hey, after I give you the nod, like after I come over, like, hey, get your attention. Just from now on, when you give me the drinks, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, always order something crazy. Like, hey, I want a Jack and Coke, but hey, I like cherry, and I'm a weird guy. Like, let me put a cherry in mine, right? So when
Yeah.
they go over, they get one, so that's yours, and you can do this, and it works every time, almost every time.
Right.
And you can stay clear-minded for your business meetings. I learned this trick so many, many, many years ago in my previous life, pre this world, Airsoft world.
Pro tip.
Pro tip when you're doing business meetings and you want to stay clear or super dark with like a soda. So it's like either one you can't tell when you're holding the drink. If you do tequila shots, you're boned, brother.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because they're gonna bring them all over. They're gonna be like, just hand them out. Like, so if yours is in there, good luck. Somebody's getting water, right? They won't do it. But you have to order something. And most people don't order like gin and tonic. So you gotta kind of suck it up and deal with something like maybe a little off key. But hey, it'll save you if you want to keep your head clear for business.
That is very true. Okay, that's so, ladies and gentlemen, that is a pro tip from Jono.
Pro tip for business.
Yeah, pro tip.
Bumpkin says moonshine is political. Two of those, done. You're out.
That's actually a big tip for drinking here in Asia too, because it is a big part of the work culture. You go out with your boss or with your boss's friends, or your clients. They do this a lot of this when you go into mainland China. Half of it is just kind of they want to test you, but also half of it is like, they just want to treat you well, because that's like the thing, right? They want to let you know that, look, you want to do business with us. We got all this money to spend as a company that, we can go and buy these fancy drinks and drink, all night and eat food and, take you to entertainment and stuff like that. So, big tip, when you even go and do business in China, find a way to water it down, because if not, you're not going to have a good time.
Ho Chi Minh is the strong stuff from China. You end up with like that, like Shaoxing wine, like some of that crazy hard level stuff, man. Yeah, Masaki's like, as soon as I say the word, it's like 50%, and it's like,
well, that's where it starts, 50%.
Yeah, some of this stuff, and it's aged
Scott, have you ever
too.
tried any of this when you were here?
We visited Real Sword probably back in 2009 maybe.
Oh yikes!
Wow.
Mainland China. We went there. We had to get a visa and stuff like that. So we went over. We got there. It was like 10 in the morning. Hey, you guys want anything to drink? It's like, yeah, I'll have a coffee. Don't have any coffee. It's like, a tea? No tea. Coke? We've got beer. I was like,
the good news is most of the beers here are like 4, so you're okay to start.
Yeah, 10 a.m. was still an early start. We ended in Lan Kwai Fong back in Hong Kong. I don't even remember getting it back there. And then we stayed up in Kowloon somewhere. So it was. We drank a lot. A lot.
Hey.
Are you reading Anto's comment?
There's a few jokes in there, but like, my goodness. All right, so
Anto's comment. Take you to entertainment and stuff. Care to elaborate?
Elaborate.
We're not going to elaborate on taking you to entertainment and stuff.
I don't mind talking about taking you to entertainment, but the and stuff part, that's where we're going to leave it. That's we're going to, if we ever have our own platform off of this, where we can have our own streaming infrastructure, maybe we can touch on that someday.
Yeah, like there's nothing we can talk about around this topic that would remotely put us in the safe for monetization category on YouTube.
Yeah. So one thing that they love to do here is they love to do pop shots, right? So they take Coach Nick, Captain Nick, my boy. Nice to see you in the comments. They have like a Chinese distilled rice wine called Arwoto.
Oroto.
So it's
Like, is it like
Ar
Kalliang?
Arwoto. No, it's like how do I put it? It's
Kalliang's like more
Mao.
of a molasses. I think it's
Yeah,
like
it's a,
shorter
you know like
molasses base.
you know the Chinese one Mao Tai.
Maltai. Okay, how?
Yeah, but it's
Forget we're
it's
replying to
a
a Mandarin. Sorry.
it's like a lower tier version of Mao Tai.
lower
but it's-
lower tier or stronger? Like lower
It's
tier.
lower
quality?
tier in terms of quality, but they have a big cult following. It's more pungent and it's stronger.
And it's called what?
It's Arwoto.
Is that in Canton? Cantonese?
No, that's Mandarin.
It's Mandarin.
Cantonese is Yi Wo Tao.
Evil Tao. And Cantonese.
Yeah.
And it's Mandarin
it's
again
like-
one more time.
Arwoto.
Ar Wo To.
Yeah, wo. There's like a like a pot, right?
Right?
一个窝，火窝，这个
Ho,
窝。
yeah, ho, yeah.
So
Ho,
our
wo,
wall. So the
ho, wo,
second
yeah.
pot, the head of the second pot.
Yeah, second. I heard.
Right.
Yeah, second.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So what they do is they take this stuff, Scott.
I'm impressed. Don't get me wrong. I'm very
Hey,
impressed.
watch the white
I'm
man
learning.
break down
Yeah,
the
the-
Chinese language.
Yeah, the white boys are over here practicing Mandarin. Hold on.
What's always so impressive is Mandarin and stuff. It's such a different pronunciation, and you go from your accent, and then it's suddenly this other person speaking, and it's just
Yeah.
like, how do you do that? It's
Yeah,
incredible.
you have to like, and I'll tell you, Mark will tell you right now. I'll speak with a Taiwanese accent.
Yes,
Hmm.
he does. Yeah.
You said, well,
Yeah, so my accent's different than his.
Yeah.
So
So like when I learned how to speak Mandarin, I learned when I lived in Qingdao when I was younger. So it's like northeastern China. So some words they're like exceptionally clear how they pronounce. It's
Mhm.
kind of like it's like standard American where
yeah,
it's overpronounced, like phonetically overpronounced. Like it's R car with a very clear. So it's like stuff like that. We can get into that different story.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's
what I was trying to say
different
is with this wine, right? With this wine, they pour like a double shot into a glass of beer. Like just a regular glass like this. You go to the restaurant, you have the small glasses.
yeah.
pour
They
a double
always do that. By
shot.
the way, they do these like tiny little beer glasses here.
Yeah, and
Like
they have
they're-
the tiny beer glasses, and they have the beer glasses like this, right? So they have the double shot, and then they have the beer glass like this. So they pour that into the beer glass, and they pour beer in it. Then they take their chopstick and they pop it, and you have to drink that whole thing.
I've never seen this before. It must be definitely like a China thing, not a Taiwanese thing.
It's not a good time. I'm gonna tell you, it's not a good time.
A bad time with that by all.
It's not good. It's not good. Like I remember when I was drinking this, I think I had 3 or 4, and then it's bad when you start to do chasers with beer. You just want to chase it with it's so bad you just want to chase it with a Budweiser. That's how bad it is. Because the tea can't get the taste out of your mouth, and you just gotta keep doing it right.
So,
So I'm-
Nelson just said something. The Chinese Dr Pepper. For those of you, like it sounds like I'm not gonna lie. I know what you're talking about, like a flaming Dr Pepper. You read a flaming Dr Pepper? Anybody?
Anyone?
Anybody
Flaming
flaming Dr
Dr.
Pepper?
Pepper?
Okay, so it's basically you drop this. I think was it Coca-Cola? Is it soda? No, it's a beer. So you start with the beer, and then you put amaretto, and then you float 151 on top. You light the 151 because it's a flaming Dr Pepper, and you drop. And so in the shot, you have a shot that's like almost all amaretto and a touch, a floater of 151 on top, Bacardi 151. So it'll flame. It'll actually light. And you light it, and you drop it in the beer, and you chug it, and it tastes like a Dr Pepper.
It's on fire.
It's on fire. So the top, and when you drop it, it'll extinguish the fire mostly. But like,
Pardon your
yeah,
eyes.
you might. Okay, for those of you bearded ones, which is all 4 of us in the chat, you probably want to avoid the flaming portion of this.
Not
Okay.
using it here. It's based
Yeah.
beer product.
Yeah, you might lose a little in this area as you drink. But that's, I think,
Oh
what
my
Nelson in
God.
chat's talking about. But it's kind of like I guess, a Chinese Jaeger bomb.
I guess. My goodness. So yeah, so we were drinking this. I knew it was bad because towards the end of this, at the end of the night, after I've drank like 4 or 5, and I'm chasing this with beer, and our clients were like, "I think it's time to go." I looked at my personal assistant at the time. I was like, "Take my room key, order us a cab, and let's go," because I can't even text on my phone anymore. Like, I'm trying to type. I'm looking at the letter T, but I can't
You're
hit
like
the
this.
letter T.
Scott and I both. Scott and I both have been there. We're both like, all right, one eye. Let's do this. We got it. Hang on.
It's like I was like, okay,
I got this.
Okay.
I got this, guys. Hang on.
Because the thing was like I was talking I was talking to this other white guy that was at our table. His name was A.S. Varga. A.S. Varga.
Like he literally chose the name A.S.
It was actually like his it was on his business card, and I doubt you guys can find this man. This is a very obscure person. Anyways, so I'm trying to type his name into my contacts. Right, so I'm A. Dot, and here I'm trying to type the S, R, okay, backspace, F, okay, backspace.
Why the key so small?
G, God damn it! Can someone type this for me? Yeah, it was not a good time. So, pro tip, please don't do it. It's not fun.
The big thing I found has become really dangerous in bars here is like the contactless payment stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was down in London for a meeting a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we'll go to the bar." They're right, cool. And it got to that sort of boisterous part in the night, and like every time the waitress was just wandering around with shots of Jaeger bombs and tequila and stuff, and I was like, "Just in here." And I'm like, "How much? We'll take it all. Tap." It's just like next one. Yeah, we'll take it all. Tap. I was like, look, the next week, and I was like, yeah, it's dangerous.
How many zeros? How many, like before the decimal point? How many? You start looking at that. You're like, oh, what a bad idea.
Oh man, one day we got to get our friends Tim Sargent on the show, and he has a great story to tell about one night when some of his European colleagues came over for SHOT Show and ended up at the Spearmint Rhino.
Vegas.
Get your card cloned.
I think everybody has heard this story.
So the Spearmint Rhino, for those of you who don't know, is full of 10 out of 10s.
Yes.
That are all highly skilled at emptying your wallet.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
giving virtually nothing in return.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's probably the most elegant way I can actually describe the evening. I think I did a pretty good job, actually.
Yeah, I think you did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
It is. Look, I'm just keep it real. It is a fantastic establishment. Like it is a great establishment.
Top notch, high class.
They will make you feel like you're like the king of the world.
Yes.
Right. And that's when you know you made a mistake.
So actually, the thing that was in there was a certain Californian YouTuber was wearing his Jurassic Park jacket, like the yellow ring. And I was just like, this is like, you've made it weird, man. Yeah.
Oh goodness gracious! Yeah, it's it's definitely interesting. Yeah, we all need a drink now. Drink time.
No. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Good times.
Yes, good times.
Yeah, this is why we wanted these two to come on the year-end show, because collectively we have too many experiences.
And you wonder why we intentionally didn't put anywhere on the screen you see up here in any corner like topics of the show.
Yeah.
We knew. When all four of us are on, we're like, we don't need to put topics on the show.
Yeah. We wanted to give you we have topics that I think, Jono and I, we think about a lot. And sometimes I feel like where we really have the most fun is our show opener and the end when we start taking questions from people. Look, I'm not saying that, what Jono and what I think about during the week is not fun. I think it's fun, especially when we do our blind challenges, our food challenges. Those are great. Those are fantastic.
I will never drink bitter tea again.
Here's the thing. Every time when I hear people talk about bitter tea, I think about you. You're the only person I think about. You and that face.
When you come here, I'm bringing you that bitter tea. You're going to drink it. And I'm going we're going to do a short video or a TikTok.
I will drink it.
That'll be our first TikTok video. I want to see your face.
I will drink it. I will do that.
It is.
When we meet up, we should do a special show when we're all like live together, and we should try different drinks.
Oh, dude, yes. Well, here's the thing, right? So hopefully, if we can get kind of like you know, I'm just kind of dropping ideas out there from Masaki. If we can kind of get the Crytek Owners event going again,
Oh.
we can, Jono, we could definitely take the show on the road. I mean, we would all be there.
Exactly. We could totally all be there, but it kind of depends on, like if things open up.
So what Nelson is saying, the 24 Tastes
What
is
is
a
that?
herbal tea from Hong Kong called Yasei Mei. So it's
Yasei,
it's 24 different herbs or 24 different spices. Now that I say that out loud, this is
It
Chinese
sounds like the
Dr. Pepper.
KFC secret recipe, brother.
It's Chinese Dr. Pepper. That's what it is.
Chinese Dr. Okay, Chinese Dr. Pepper.
It's
23.
Chinese Dr.
23 is Dr. Pepper. 24
Yeah, so
is
it's 24.
They had to one up
This-
it. They had to
They
one
had to
up it,
one
of
up it,
course.
yeah. Yeah. So it is like it is like the quintessential Chinese herbal tea. You go to any herbal tea place, like they always advertise how good our Yasei Mei is compared to like other people. So that's like their bragging rights right there.
Right.
So it's the 24 Taste Chinese Dr. Pepper. Now I say this out loud. Now it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
As I look this way, the producer's like,
Hong Kong DP. There you go.
that's right, HKDP. Don't be mixed up with the HKPD.
PD, yeah, exactly. So, since we're on the subject of food and random stuff, this would be a good way to wrap the show, I think, or at least move toward like maybe chat. Best meal you had this year,
Ooh, best meal. Best meal.
or
That's-
best dish? Maybe not even meal, but best dish, best food item. I'll open up to anything: drink, sandwich, whether it be a full-on meal. It's whatever. Best thing you had this year.
I mean, probably the most memorable, nice, unusual thing I had this year. Bear in mind, we were kind of stuck in. We weren't even allowed to lose at Lever County, which is only like 15 miles by 10. New Year, so just as it passed into the New Year's night, we had Wagyu steak that we'd got.
Oh, nice.
Expensive to bring in here, as you would imagine, but it was, there was myself, Anna, and a couple of friends. So we had the Wagyu steak here. So that was pretty awesome. We're a little inebriated by that point. So the taste buds were fired up, which was good. So yeah, probably with Wagyu.
Nice.
All right, Masaki, your turn.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean,
That's so tough for you.
We're pretty much stuck here and not going anywhere to,
But you're in Osaka, like
He's stuck in
literally
food heaven. Oh
literally
my god.
Japan food
All
heaven.
I'm saying is nothing really new. So, but I must say I done pretty good job cooking Mexican at the office party.
Yes.
And
I
So
saw
true.
that on your feed. I was straight up jealous. Yeah, like absolutely jealous that you were like full on like legit Mexican meal.
yeah,
Dude, Trejo's tacos and everything.
Trejo,
Oh
yeah,
my
your Trejo
God.
shirt, man.
I have to.
It was perfect. My goodness, it
Yeah.
was awesome. I had a really
I'm sorry to brag, but Wagyu and nice Toro, Maguro, everything, nothing new for me. So
Oh yeah.
wow, jeez, it's the flex. Yeah, I see
He
Masaki
flexed.
flexing now.
No,
It's like,
like-
this is Masaki. The Toro.
Yeah. He just dropped some
It's-
like some
it's
40-inch
not that
biceps
bad,
on us here.
No,
Like seriously.
the Wagyu. It's just
Yeah, Wagyu's
Oh,
boring.
yeah,
Oh,
Wagyu,
Toro
Wagyu,
tuna.
sushi,
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, Jono. Hey, I don't know if you saw, the Wagyu over there.
Yeah. What about the Toro tuna over there?
Hey, have you tried some of this?
Yeah. What about the
The
takoyaki?
unagi butter?
What the unagi butter we have over here and the takoyaki we have over there?
Yeah, man, this guy.
You're spoiled for choice there. That is true. So
That is, you're absolutely.
all the food vendors
So,
opening.
gracias, amigo. Gracias, Senor Misaki, for your
Yeah, but-
Mexican.
But the Mexican food was like, it
Yeah.
looked absolutely
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
pretty fun. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looked great.
I'm kind of jelly because like I miss that. I miss like proper like SoCal. I like half SoCal, half like South Texas like Mexican
Mhm.
food.
Oh yeah. Like there's something about like Tex-Mex with the taco and then like a huge slice of brisket on it, like there's and an
Oh,
egg,
yeah.
and you're like, oh my
it's like
god,
yeah. Oh,
there's something about it, man. It's
So
just
good.
so good. Yeah,
like
so
I will search when I travel. Always search for taco
Yeah.
places.
100%.
Mark, your food for the year.
So my food for the year is nothing. Again, I hate the flex. Nothing new for me, but what was what made it special was because the first time for the producer. So for the producer's birthday, we went to have omakase, which is like it's a several course dinner, a Japanese dinner where the chef will choose the choice cuts of fish or shellfish or whatever's in season, and they would make something special, that's on the menu, and serve it to us. So it's one of those very bespoke kind of dinner sets, and it's more about the social atmosphere, socializing with the chef, talking with people next to you, enjoying the sake, and so that was something that was her first, and that I think that would be the highlight meal for me. I've gone back to that particular chef many times, and when I worked in the old job, but being able to take her for her first was very special, and see the look on her face and the flavors, and the different flavor infused uni, which is the sea urchin, and then the nice cut of otoro. I know Masaki's like had all this before, but but like
Taki's like 4 out of 10. Not impressed.
yeah, like then we had
we'll do the Osaka food episode of Popped Up. So
yeah, of course. Oh, it's
I
gonna happen.
can like you have no idea how much. I'm sure all about like we're all
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Dude, like there's so much comfort food in Osaka. It's not even funny. But
Mhm.
anyways, so yeah, no, we there was a lot of very nice things. I remember I sent Masaki a bunch of photos too. I was like, oh, I finally took the producer here, and he's like, oh, that's great. Now we just got to take her here. I'm like, well, that is absolutely true. Now she's got to have it over there.
yeah. Oh,
So
but the
that
problem
was
is it
definitely a
ruins
good
you
one for me.
when you go and you have it. Like it's like
Yes.
okay, if you go have unagi butter in Japan, you're broken. You will never eat unagi again anywhere on the planet,
Mhm.
and be like you'll always judge against that. It's like going to Texas and getting brisket. right?
Yes.
If you go to
Yes.
Texas and get brisket, no matter where you go, you're like, "Ugh, this is
It's
good,
just not the same.
but it's not
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Texas. Like it's like you have to go to the source, right? So on that
That's
note,
right.
I'll pivot to what my favorite is. Like here, like Taiwan's known for the street food. Like there's so many fantastic things to eat. There is this one tiny little restaurant. Now, most people think, oh, you got Din Tai Fung, you got like all the Xiaolong Bao. And I will say, Xiaolong Bao or Xiao Mai are my top of the list, but it's not from Din Tai Fung or any of the big well-known restaurants, although they are really good. If you have a chance to come here and do DTF, which I love the 3-letter initials for Din Tai Fung, I call it. For those of you who get the joke, it's great.
Whoop, whoop.
But there's this tiny little restaurant. I couldn't even tell you what the name is in English because it's all in Chinese. It is this small little place. It's not too far from me, maybe about a couple kilometers. It's in a neighborhood just 2 subway stops that way. And it is this little, they do soup dumplings. They do xiaolong bao, the soup dumplings. They do the xiao mai, but they do this like, they put, we talk about hua diao ji, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
They put hua diao wine in meat in the dumpling. And they
Oh,
put
it's
the
so good.
shrimp, the big shrimp
Oh,
on
God.
top. So when you taste it, you get this hit of this alcohol, but it's got this richness that worked with the pork that's in the meatball in there, and you got the dumpling on top, and you got this big old monster shrimp on there, and it's this small little shop around the corner.
Oh,
Then they do these. They do windwin, so which is one what we call like in the West wonton. We call it wonton. You know, like the little dumplings with like the little extra noodles just hanging off of them, kind of like a squid. But they're called windwin here. So it's a windwin. They do windwin, but they also do a windwin plus noodles, and they do it in mala. So they have like the numbing and spicy, and the sauce is just so pungent and spicy and numbing. And I found it to be my absolute favorite surprise. And the producer introduced me to it, and it's like a weekly pilgrimage, although it's just like that way. We can get it anytime.
it's that way.
You can even Uber Eats it. Like Uber Eats delivers it. But it's
Weekly
like
pilgrimage that way.
that way. Like, you know, like 2 miles, less than 2 miles that way. But it's really fantastic. And when you all come here, it's like the next time you come, Misaki, I know you've been here a bunch, Scott. I would love to see you here. Misaki, I know you've done Din Tai Fung. You've probably done all the big famous ones. I will blow your mind with this place because it, like, for basically about $13, $12, $13, you'll like be stuffed, like, or less, probably like actually $6 or $8 or $7 or $8, and you'll be like, oh, Din Tai Fung's nothing compared to this. So that's my
Private Bumpkin is just like, yes, just Uber my Wagyu
Wagyu
A5, please.
Yeah. Actually, Stu. Actually, Stu says Hangzhou. It's Hangzhou because Hangzhou is right over. Like this place is that way. So the place I'm talking about, Stu, is in Taipower. So the Taipower building station. So if you go and it's I forget the exit number you get off of. Basically, it's kind of next to like one of the newer buildings there. It's like a 24-hour food place, and you go down this little street, and it's got like a bunch of coffee shops down there, Stu. And I'll get you the name of it because I know Stu's local, and I'll get it the same for Nelson if he asks. But no, Hangzhou Xiaolongbao was probably my go-to for price to performance. And I think their shrimp shamai was like really good. This place blows it out of the water.
It's funny, I always think of how small the airsoft market is internationally. And then I think that Stu was a customer in mine here in the UK. And then when he moved to Taiwan, and I was saying, "Wow, there's a customer of mine lives in Taiwan." You're like, "Stu," and I was like, "Yeah, Stu." It's like we all know. It's like all been around for decades. It's like it's that small a market.
Yeah, it's so incestual, but in a good way. And that sounded really bad now that it came out of my mouth.
Red fingers, yeah.
So incestual.
Can I take that back? Can I take that?
That's where you just have to go,
Wow.
Oni-chan.
Yeah, Oni-chan.
No, we're into this.
Misaki's just like, I'm just gonna drink mine. I'm finishing. I'm not gonna say a word.
I'm just gonna disassociate.
Misaki, you gotta grab the one on your shoulder over there. There's one over there. Yeah, go ahead and get that one. Ooh.
Get the nice one. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness. So I want to touch upon two things.
How is that? Oh, wait. Let's take a moment.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I want to get your feedback on this.
Hoppy, right?
The hoppy, is it Yuzu?
Yuzu, yeah. Doesn't taste like it. It's just that the aroma is just coming out from your, yeah.
But the taste is hop, but the smell is yuzu.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is yuzu?
It's it looks like a grapefruit, but it's not bitter like a grapefruit. It's like this
it's
big.
Almost like this. It's kind of like a citrus, citrusy, green. It looks like a lime, but the insides are like orange.
But it's like this
orange
big.
color.
So imagine like a super oversized grapefruit that's not bitter.
Right. Okay.
Actually, the Japanese yuzu is a lot smaller.
Really?
Yeah. So this would be a Japanese yuzu like this.
Oh, they're
right?
small?
Yeah.
Like the ones we have here are like freaking bigger than a softball.
Yeah. So like I remember seeing the Japanese yuzu. They're like the size of a lime or like a tangerine orange, but they're green. And you slice them open. They have like this kind of like an amber colored flesh. And then they're taste wise, they're almost in between a lime and a lemon.
Really?
But slightly sweeter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And we often use the skins for the cooking, not the actual inside. Yeah.
See, my perspective is Taiwan yuzu or yozu. It's grapefruit or bigger sized,
Mhm.
and like you basically you cut it. You always see like the pictures of, like the cats wearing like what looks like
Yeah.
a big orange peel or a
Mhm.
big lemon peel on their head. That's a Taiwanese yuzu.
It's kind of like a pomelo here for us.
Yeah,
It's like
pomelo,
we
yeah,
have
same
both,
thing.
right? So we have like the big yellow pomelo.
Mhm.
Then we have the green one, which is the Taiwanese yuzu, which is exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. So we have two. We have so in Chinese is the yellow one's called the sa tin yao, and then we have a lok yao. Lok yao is the green one.
Yeah. Yep. Yozu.
Pretty good different fruit from around
Thank
the
you,
world.
producer.
I have no idea what this fruit is.
Yeah, because like the thing is too with fruit, you're not gonna like even until I moved here, I never really had yuzu because it's so Asian that you
Yeah,
can't ship it. Like it's not something that's gonna ship to the U.S. or Scotland or anywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not something you're gonna experience until you have it here. Like oh, but it's very prevalent. Like you can get like yuzu sours, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
chuhai Misaki. You
Yeah,
can get like a
yuzu
yuzu chuhai all the time.
Well, like yuzu jam and pour hot water and like yuzu tea.
oh.
Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And a lot of our fruit in the UK comes from Israel and South America and stuff like that. So they obviously do fly a lot in, but it's just like bananas, oranges, apples. You know, the
Right.
very,
Mhm.
very mainstream stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
First time
fair
I
enough.
saw a dragon fruit, it was like, the fuck is that?
What, dragon fruit? But you only get white dragon fruit, right?
It was white inside with the black seeds.
With the black seeds,
but
yeah. So we have the red dragon fruit here too.
Oh,
We have
those are
both.
so good.
I
Oh,
love
the red dragon
No,
fruits.
the red dragon fruit is legit good.
Far superior.
Oh,
Really?
hands down. I've never had it. The white one can almost sometimes taste soapy.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
It's
like-
very almost melon. There's not a strong taste to it. So
I feel like there's almost no taste to it. Like
Mm.
like you eat it like it's a very subtle juicy taste, but like there's nothing to it. Like the white dragon
The
fruit.
white one. The
Red
red one is
dragon
like
fruit.
sweet.
Oh, wow.
And like you can, if you get them in season, these things are like sugary sweet.
Yeah.
But oh, Nelson in chat, he goes, I think we have the best mangoes here. By far, the mango here is so good. And if you get the mango that's like teardrop shaped, they have a mango that's about yay big.
like a pear.
It's
So it's
no, it's teardrop. It's like this. It's
Oh,
this shape.
yeah.
It's like pointy, and they usually serve them on a stick. They shove a bamboo
Right.
stick in them, and they'll cut them and peel them open like a flower.
Yeah.
Those things, the flavor of that will ruin you. It's like it's the equivalent of having unagi butter, but for
Blueberry.
mangoes. Like once you have that, you cannot have another mango ever in your life. You're like everything will be compared against like, yeah, that mango's good, but that mango, and they're only in
Right.
season for a short window.
Right.
Well-
Mangoes wise, like I'm very like partial to like Philippine mangoes. Like the big ones that are crazy
Oh
colors.
yeah, the crazy
like
color,
the
yeah,
blue,
the monsters,
the blue
yeah.
and the red.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of goopy in the middle, but still got a little bit of crunch on the outside.
Yeah.
Like even as a child, I love those mangoes. Like those are my thing. You know.
Oh, Stubaka's like
before-
mango shaved ice and Sheeman, like Ice Monster. Ice Monsters,
Ah,
they still around?
miss
Or-
those.
Yeah.
Miss
So
those.
shaved ice, like with all the mango when it's in season 2. Oh god, like this pile of shaved ice in the hot summers here. Masaki's
Before
like
we move on
instantly.
to before we move on to one of Anto's questions, and maybe we can wrap up with saying like what are we looking forward to next year? John, when you were talking about like trying to get everybody to come to Taiwan, a place I actually thought about would be a good place to kind of hang out, kind of start the night, was Caribbean, where you took Winky and the
Oh.
producer and I,
Yes.
the beer place.
Yes, Caribbean ABV.
Yeah. What a
Yep.
great place. Like to this day, the producer and I are still talking about it to friends. We're like, how ironic this place. It's got all this kind of beers so it's like a restaurant bar, but it has coolers that you open the doors and you pick your own beers.
Yeah,
right?
there's a whole wall of glass coolers
yeah.
in here. And they have the most amazing selection of import beer.
It is a
you can imagine.
fantastic selection.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there was Blue Moon in glass bottle, right?
Oh.
It was amazing
In Taiwan.
in Taiwan. And then we were like, oh my God, we got it. Like, we asked the staff, like, can we go get orange slices? And they're like, why don't you add orange?
Yeah,
in
why you
beer?"
want
I was
an
like,
orange for this? We're like,
knock yourself out. And so I remember you ran out as I was outside.
because they
having
didn't have
a smoke.
orange in stock.
Yeah.
So we ran out. We went
You
looking
ran
at like
out
the
to
Family,
Family
Marts
Mart
around.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I was just outside having a cigarette. And then the producer was inside just waiting. She was admiring the fact that there was like Blue Moon in a glass bottle.
But they have like Scottish beers, Irish beers, like
Oh, yeah,
English
they have
beers.
a
They have like,
bunch. Yeah.
they have like this in like I don't know who runs that place, but they're bringing the good stuff in. Like
Oh, yeah.
Icelandic beers, like you said, yeah, the Viking beer. They have Icelandic beers. They have like I mean like the selection they have of beer is
Yeah.
unbelievable. So I don't know
The
how they're
food
doing
looked
it.
really good too. I mean, I think like
Yeah.
the table behind us was ordering some variation of jerk chicken. I mean,
Yeah.
like at least it smelled like it,
Yeah.
you know. But it was good. Like that's something I was like, man, if we do hang out, I think like to start the night off, we go somewhere there. I'd be like, man.
We do ABV. I think it's in the Shinny area, roughly. It's in
Well,
a nice
wherever we
neighborhood,
were
yeah.
last time,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So now going to what Anto was asking us, during the lockdowns, was one of the what is one of the foods that we definitely missed the most?
Hmm.
I think
Just
the
the
problem
mo-
Japanese food, because we have a restaurant here called Wagamama's, which is kind of like a chain of Japanese restaurants. And you know, I'm not massive on seafood, but I do enjoy it a little bit, especially if you're in like Japan and stuff like that. So yeah, probably actually eating out of the countries, really missed that. But UK
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
have.
that was my thing too.
We've got Italian and Indian. We're very Americanized here, so it's like little bits of everything, but everything's a chain. So yeah, kind of just going different food, like different experiences. That's I really missed that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't wanna
Yes, it's
separate-
it's funny you say that, Scott, because I never thought you were not like a big fan of seafood. Maybe because like the first time we really got to spend like a lot of time together was that last trip when we were in Japan. Because like every time when we hang out in Germany, right? Like you got stuff to do, I got stuff to do, and then
Yeah.
later on, like at night, we share 2 drinks together, and then you're pulled that way, and then I can't even get back into the pub because I'm outside and they're bringing me drinks. So it's just, you know, so it was, you know, I would have never thought that you were not like particularly into the seafood.
I live the sheltered life.
Oh, so
you're
good.
very meat and potatoes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was potatoes with everything when I grew up.
Well,
as a kid.
if Top Gear / the Grand Tour taught me everything, if it's Scottish, you just deep fry it.
Pretty
I
much.
was-
Okay,
yes,
okay, cool.
I was about to
I just want to
say
make sure, you know, because like TV never lies, right? Okay, cool.
never.
Wait, I
Never.
cannot wait to take you guys for a deep fried Mars bar.
Oh,
Hey, now okay,
Had
deep fried Mars bar.
Had
Now,
it.
now you're talking about American carnival food.
Well, that's what they do. That
Fried
was what-
butter.
deep fried
yeah.
butter. Yo,
Yeah,
my
the
little
deep
brother
fried,
was telling me.
legit deep fried butter is like if you want to have the most American thing on the planet, deep fried butter at a carnival.
My little brother was telling me he went to a state fair and they had deep fried cheeseburgers, and I was like, "What in the heck is a deep fried cheeseburger?" So what it is a McDonald's cheeseburger they press into a ball, right? And then they dip it in batter, and then they deep fry it, and then they pick it up and they stab it with a skewer and they give it to you. I'm like, wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds terrible and
I mean,
great at the same
it'll-
time.
I mean, it'll knock off 5 minutes of my life, but that sounds amazing.
5 minutes?
You guys have-
5-0?
Deep fried pizza. Is that a thing there? Any of you guys?
Fried-
That's a
I've
fried
seen
pizza?
No, I'm telling you, we're both like I'm serious. This boy up here and I are both from the South.
Oh man, we
If
frying
it
everything.
holds still, if we can catch it, we will batter it and
Yeah.
deep fry it. Like
Yeah,
if you can
deep
grab
fry
it, if it's catchable, it's gonna get battered and deep fried.
Oh yeah, man. My God. I mean, since we're talking about deep fried and we're talking about Anto's question about like what do we miss during the most about lockdown, I'm gonna have to say very honestly, I miss deep fried catfish.
Oh,
Like,
oh my
good
God.
deep fried
Catfish is the most
catfish.
dirty dang fish in the planet. But I'm gonna tell you what, you go to a great catfish restaurant. Oh,
Like where
now you're
we're
killing
from?
me. Yes, where we're from, like pretty much in
Specifically,
the
yeah.
southeast. If you go to like
that
the
Ozarky area.
Ozark, all the way down to like Tennessee,
Yeah.
kind of into like northern Alabama, northern Georgia, even
Yeah.
northern Mississippi, Louisiana, like that circle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, deep fried catfish.
Look what Stu said. Look what Stu said. Scott.
Deep fried rats.
fried-
No. Well,
Yeah,
didn't you talk about guinea pigs?
I did. I talked about guinea pigs
Yes.
in Peru,
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yes, America, yes.
or
Still a guinea-
as they call it, so you don't think it's a guinea pig, it's a kueh. So yeah, but it's
What is
roasted. It
It's
wasn't deep
roasted.
fried.
Yeah, it's,
It was
okay.
roasted. And by the way, they literally just peel the fur off of it and roast it whole like a whole pig. So when you get it, it looks like a effing guinea pig on a stick. And you're just like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna eat that damn thing. There's no way. I mean, like, it's a freaking, it's like they took your household pet
Oh
and
man,
put it in the oven.
That's
God,
horrible.
I love my pets, but you know, at the end of the day, I have one thing that I have to thank my my birth father for, was he taught me since I was at a young age that we should try everything at least once. Before you knock it, you should always try it, because that's the time when I used to live in China with him, and he used to do a lot of traveling, you know, because he was a golf course general manager, and he did some kind of like consulting work on the side. So we went to some weird places, right? Like in Chengdu and some, you know, weird places. It's really nice, but the stuff they give you, it's kind of bizarro. And I think it was his
Oh.
excuse, is just like him getting out of having to eat it, and just gave it to me. And it's like, hey son, you know, in order to learn other people's culture and appreciate other people's tastes, you know, you're just gonna have to try this, and you know, try it first before you knock it. Now that I'm older, I'm like, man, you probably just didn't want to eat it, and you just passed it to me. And I was like, all right, you know, this looks like a worm. It
Okay.
is a worm. All right.
Yeah,
Deep
what is
fried
it with, like,
grasshoppers? Let's go.
yeah, you wander into some parts of like the rural area of China, and you can end up with like grasshoppers, worms, scorpions, all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah. Like, I have not had scorpions in my life. I would love to, but hey, yeah, I was the guinea pig.
Yeah,
he was absolutely.
Kelson says Mark was the guinea pig.
I was the guinea pig. He was absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, that's the
Masaki,
most-
what about you? What about you? What did you miss during the lockdowns, food wise?
See, I don't know. I mean, when I miss something, I cook. So I don't miss, well, but you know, after done a couple Creative Owners meeting and having you guys as a guest, and we get to have you know, dinner together sort of thing. The other day I posted, but I went to Hibiki,
Oh,
and
yeah, I saw that.
but you know, it's not, I mean, foods are great, but it's not quite the same without you guys, you know,
Oh,
after the event and having you know, some aged hibiki, cheers, and then start having all those.
yeah, like the most Asian things we can
the
do.
most Asian thing ever to this is this.
is this.
But yeah, so I mean, the food is not actual food itself, but the whole like
Right.
experience. So that really hit me. You know, I was like, oh yeah, it's not only that I don't get to go out to the other country, but I cannot like welcome you guys come visit us. So that really hit that moment really hit me, that like can't do this anymore, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree
That's-
with you, man. It's like I mean, I think culturally, everywhere you look, food is something to be shared. I mean, even if you look at the internet trends, like was it mukbang? What do they call it? That's what it's called?
Mukbang.
Mukbang, where you
Mukbang,
eat
yeah.
on camera and share.
Yeah.
Like it's still you're eating alone, but you're sharing with everybody else, right? I think that's the end, like kind of the end of sharing food. Sharing food is sharing that experience. So we got a question.
Yeah, we do have a question for Masaki from Freedom762. I got a question for Masaki. What's the sauce when you grill Japanese scallops with? I just got quite a lot from my friend for his birthday.
What do I do with the scallop?
Now, what is the sauce?
The sauce.
Yeah. What's the sauce when you grill scallops?
I personally do shoyu and butter.
Oh, good
Oh,
choice.
shoyu and butter. Oh,
Good choice.
sounds good.
Soy sauce and butter.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Mm.
I think that was one of the ones.
That's good.
Dude, butter.
That's good.
Like butter plus anything.
Well,
But shoyu specifically.
what I've done before, actually, I learned it at Hokkaido. Mark, your favorite place
Oh.
is that. So
Second favorite place.
Okay.
Osaka's number one.
Osaka's still
Osaka's
like
number
you
one.
can't
I will
beat
always
the
say
food in
Osaka is still my number one. Home away from home is America, home, and then home away from home is Osaka. Number two. I think I've told you this many times. But anyways, and like 2A is a Hokkaido.
Yeah, so like you cook scallop on top of your like scallop shell, right?
Yes.
And then you
Yes.
pour a little bit of soy sauce. You put the little like block of butter. You eat it.
So you cook it.
And
Wait,
that's-
wait. So you're telling me you take the bottom shell of it, you leave the scallop there, you cook it like on a grill or a pan.
Yeah, you cook it on the grill.
And you put
heat
the
it
butter
up.
and the soy sauce in the
Uh-huh.
actual shell itself, so the scallop sitting on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you eat it, but then you have a really thick scallop flavored butter shoyu thing still there, right?
And you drink it.
No.
I
Oh.
drink.
Then you bring a little bit of rice in there,
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Look at this.
and then you do the eggs.
Yeah.
You beat the eggs, you pour it, you mix it, then you eat it.
Wait. Raw egg or
Oh.
do you cook it
You
Oh,
heat it up.
yes.
to where it's like like cook the egg a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I've seen you do the raw egg with the rice in the morning.
Yo,
Mhm.
that's so good.
Dude, that's straight
so
up, like, that's the
good.
most
the raw
Japanese,
egg and
but, like-
ice and the rice in the
But,
morning.
but you
So
still,
freaking
but
awesome.
you still keep heat it up so that you kind of like semi cook it, but the rice absorb everything.
Mm.
Then
You add the protein of the egg to kind of congeal it all together.
Oh, that's so
Oh.
good. Yeah.
not going to waste any tiny
All right,
drop of that.
Freedom 762, you just got totally schooled
Yeah.
on like advanced level Japanese, like how to do a scallop.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. You didn't get better than
Oh
that.
wow, that's like
wow.
that's like way up
Like,
there.
I legit want to
I
do
may
that.
have a picture of that in my cell phone. I'll probably put it on my Instagram. So
Yeah. Or send it to us and then I'll post it on the Facebook.
oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
Even better. We'll put it on Facebook.
Send it and
Make
I'll
sure you're
post it. Yeah.
Following, yeah.
I still remember Mark,
That's
the-
crazy.
in the morning, the Crytek owners meeting. I think we'd had a few beers the night before, so I was a little bit tired, and you did that, and I was like, is there any orange juice?
Because I'll say this: it's about the quality of the egg,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
for
it's so
for
true.
those of us like me, growing up in the West, and I don't know what it's like for you, Scott. I think this may be a question for Scott. Are eggs there? Unless you spend a grip of money, you're not getting a really good quality egg. But I feel like even like the low quality eggs here are like better than like the almost high end quality eggs in the West.
They've got pretty good here. They got certainly with the UK market. So we have obviously you get the battery stuff. I'm not sure you even get so much of the battery stuff, like battery hens that live in the little cages doing the eggs. Most things are free range, and there has to be a certain space for them and things like that. And they're pretty good and pretty well regulated. And then there's a lot of organic stuff in the UK now, which you can always tell the organic stuff because it's smaller and all the rest of it tastes better. So it's the cost difference. It's not greatly different, to be honest. And I try and buy
Cool.
a lot of organic stuff where I can. Yeah, and it's generally not a huge amount more, but what you get is perceived less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
But
It's kind of
I
been the
watched
same
you,
for us
Masaki.
here,
I watched
too.
you do the raw egg. It was there. And where else? We did the raw egg. We did the raw chicken.
The raw chicken. I still tell people.
Scott,
I
like
still
all of
remember
us,
Anna tell me, like, you made us eat raw chicken.
like all of us, we've told this story so many times. All of us just sitting around the table at this, like it was kind of like one of those beer places, right? It was kind of like beer and barbecue food, like was it a yakiniku? Was it yakiniku
Izakaya, right?
or izakaya?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
more of izakaya,
izakaya.
yeah. It was in Chiba. It was in Chiba.
Yes.
Izakaya in Chiba. It's outside of Tokyo. It's kind of like east-ish of Tokyo, southeast. And then they bring us out. We're all looking at it. We're like, that's wrong. Are we supposed to like put it on this like? Because they brought out a hot rock. Like, no. You're supposed to eat it. And we're like, are you hazing the foreigners? I feel like you're hazing the foreigners. So we stopped and all of us, like, seriously, like, because like the whole table was like, as it got to the end, it went from like native Japanese all the way down to like the most foreign, like, and then like Scott and all of us were on the far end, right? So we all looked down. We're all like, all of us were like, like, what was that in what, Friday, the movie, like Smokey and like Ice Cube, so Chris Tucker and Ice Cube were like, like that. And we're looking down the aisle and we're like, oh crap, they're actually eating. They're on. All right, you guys want to do this? All right, let's go. And we all did. It was quite
We're all
good.
kind of looking at each other, like making eye contact.
Yeah,
It's
we're like, well,
it was fine. It was really
if we're
nice.
getting sick, we're gonna do this together. It's like, oh, the
I did
horse
have-
meat. Yeah, Ho Chi Young. That was a different night. Horse meat was a totally different.
Horse
That-
meat,
That was in
I-
Shiba as well.
Nice.
I really enjoy horse meat with like again a raw quail egg with a little bit of ginger.
And
mix
or
it.
horseradish.
Oh, and support. Yes, for sure. So good, so good. So let's two more, and then we'll wrap it up. So one, we're gonna do. Ho Shin Young asked if we can share a recipe, no matter what it is. Guys,
Miss Saki, you can go first.
No, look at him.
What? What
Share a
recipe?
recipe. Hang on.
any
First-
recipe. Anyways, how about this? I'll go first.
Oh,
Saying
yeah,
Ho
I'll go
Shin Young
second.
is
I
from
gotta
Hong
go.
Kong.
You guys think
Ho
about it.
Shin-
I'll think about
Ho
it.
Shin Young is from here, so I will share a recipe to you that I actually did on Christmas night. So we had barbecue. So Chinese Hong Kong style barbecue, we use skewers, and you roast your own. But oftentimes you also have foil, and you wrap certain things in your foil, and then you let it sit on the side of your grill and let it cook next to the charcoal. So I'm gonna give you a recipe now that how you can roast or barbecue salmon next to your charcoal. Get a nice piece of salmon, make a nice pocket for it in charcoal, not charcoal, and make a nice pocket for it in some aluminum foil. After your salmon is set, pour a little bit of white wine in there. I would say 5 or 6 tablespoons of white wine in there, so the bottom bit is slightly submerged. You take a slice of butter, so about that much, so that's about half an inch thick slice of butter. Put it on top of the salmon, salt and pepper, and then you put tarragon. You can buy tarragon,
okay.
fresh tarragon, at any city super in Hong Kong. Buy tarragon, take 2 sprigs of tarragon, dice it, put it in there, and you take 1 clove of garlic, dice it, put it in there. Now, at this point, you can do one of 2 things. I did both. So I put a sprig of honey, just take a little bit of honey, and you pour it in there. And then I took some paprika and I poured it in. Then I wrapped the foil where it's like it's like a pocket, right? Then you put it on the side of the charcoals. It's 15 minutes per side, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. After that's done, you pull it out and let it rest for 5. You open it and it's perfect.
My goodness.
All
It was
right.
very tough.
Then I will go with the variation of what you did. I did the kind of same thing with the salmon and aluminum foil pocket thing.
Mm-hmm.
You put a little bit of sake inside,
Oh, yes.
spoon of miso in there.
Oh, fantastic.
Then you put a lot of mushrooms inside.
Yes.
Veggie, enoki, maitake, all those mushrooms. Put it. You do same way cooking. Voila. So
All right, I'm gonna be super original or unoriginal because I'm gonna actually stick with salmon too, since we're on the salmon kick. Scott's gonna say deep fry it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just spoiler. Scott's like just salmon batter, deep fry, fish chips, done. Jokes
Scott's just
aside-
gonna be
jokes aside-
Scott's gonna be fancy with like a fancy beer for the beer batter. It's
Jokes
like, oh,
aside, though, I've actually
No.
had really good salmon fish and chips in Whitefish, Montana.
there you
in USA.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice.
So I'm gonna say salmon, but I'm gonna take mine a step a little different. So pan, take your salmon, sear it on both sides. So like a couple minutes, so you just get the crispy skin on both. Set it aside, pull it out of the pan. In the pan with the drippings, the salmon oil, all that. So you're gonna throw in some spinach. You're gonna throw in some cream. So I won't get it specific on the cream, but you just kind of want to give it enough to give a good sauce. So like you basically want about a centimeter, like a little bit more than half an inch in the bottom of the pan. Spinach, like pile it up because it's going to cook down to nothing. You're going to throw some
Yep.
dill. You can take a lemon. You're going to cut a lemon in half. You're going to squeeze
dill.
half the lemon in that cream sauce. You take the other half. You're going to slice it into slices. You can use it for garnish, kind of on top of the salmon.
Yeah, I see where this
With
is
that
going.
in mind, so you're going to take
Yeah.
it. You're going to cook that sauce down. If you want to add some richness, you can add some chicken stock to it or chicken stock powder. You don't have to. I'd say probably no. Little salt, little pepper to kind of season it up because there's not much to it. So, but use the dill as the main spice in there. You're gonna put that, like I said, that dill, that lemon, let that bubble and boil. Throw the salmon back in. And to Masaki's point, I do add mushrooms. I forget what they're called. They're not the gnocchi mushrooms, not the skinny ones, but they're not full on button mushrooms. Something in between. I'm again my mushrooms. You can do any mushroom you want, to be honest. Throw those in there, kind of as you're cooking that sauce. Put the salmon, the pieces of salmon back in, one for each person. Let those cook for another maybe 8 or 10 minutes. Kind of flip it over, pour the sauce on top, and then serve that over
Ooh.
top of pasta or rice. I would probably say
Oh,
pasta.
oh,
And then pour the
Oh.
sauce in. Yeah, done.
oh, that sounds so good.
That's
sounds so good.
that's my go-to.
I was,
Since
I was
we're doing salmon
imagining
dishes.
this. I was like, ooh,
Yeah, Mark's like, wait a minute.
ooh. Scott's gonna be like, okay, so you take your beef.
I feel like the bar's been set high for me. Something that we've been quite a bit recently is a lot of steak. So normally a fillet steak.
Nice.
Oh,
Cook it obviously very quick just to seal the outside, but we do it with we coat it with salt, pepper, and lime, like lime juice.
lime
Oh,
juice.
nice,
Really?
nice, interesting.
30 minutes just to kind of sit in that, and it seals all the way through. Obviously, do that very quick. Let that cool. Honey roasted carrots and parsnips. Such a fan of those just now. And then normally there's some green veg like asparagus or something like that.
Mm,
Also, button mushrooms and butter is just so good just now.
so good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good, so good.
My wife is a far better cook than I am, so she does more cooking than me. Mainly my inability to follow a recipe.
Well, and you say garlic. Like you can always say like add garlic to
Garlic.
anything.
Never
Like
go
just
wrong with
squeeze it in. My dish, any of our dishes, you can probably add garlic to. It'd be good.
Garlic's one of
Yeah.
those ones tons in, and it doesn't ruin the taste or anything like that.
Never.
So,
Yeah,
garlic's all.
yeah, yeah. I hear you on that one, Scott. Like, you know, I can't cook Chinese food to save my life. I can't do it.
Huh?
I don't know how to do it. Like, maybe it's
can't.
because like I don't understand how the flavors come together. Like, for example, I can make Spanish food, I can make Italian, I can American, you know, the Western food, I think I got it down pat. Japanese food, I'm working on it, right? I think I got the seal of approval from our Japanese friends and from the producer. But I swear to God, I just cannot make Chinese food to save my life. Like authentic Chinese, I just can't do it.
All I can do is
Like-
fried rice, brother. Like I take my
The thing-
leftover rice, like it's got to be a day old, and then
Yeah.
just go to town on it. And
That's
that's
the
it.
best I
That's the
got.
extent of my Chinese food. Like it stops at fried rice.
Oh, and it's probably like not authentic fried rice too. Like they'll probably look at I swear the producer will be like, sweetheart, this is so good.
Actually,
did
I'll be
you
honest
do?
with you. I've been
And I'll
testing
tell her,
mine.
oh, well, you see, like we don't do any of that.
Mine is like American fried rice.
They're
Oh.
Chinese.
God.
So it's not actually Chinese here.
Oh, Stubaka's asking for Osaka takoyaki. I've literally had a dream about Osaka takoyaki. Which, for those of you who don't know, takoyaki is like these little
Oh,
balls that are
so have
cooked.
I.
They're not fried. They're like cooked in these like cast iron pans. Like they
Yeah.
pour the batter in, and they have like the octopus taco, which is an
Yeah.
octopus, and then it's like in this ball, and they like close the lid on it, or they rotate it. I think they flip
Yeah,
them.
they
in the ball.
rotate
They
it,
flip
yeah.
them. They don't do the top lids here.
They
Yeah,
take these two
don't-
little skewers and they
And
kind
they
of
turn
they're
it.
super fast. Yeah.
And they're like basically like for those of you who live in the South, there's octopus hush puppies.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh yes. Yes, they're
I just-
octopus hush puppies.
Octopus
yes.
hush puppies. I just totally went Southern American on you. Like nobody else probably knows what a hush puppy is.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it is octopus.
They're
hush
octopus
puppies.
hush puppies. I went straight like U.S. American Southern
Yes.
Southeastern. They're like this batter, fried like a batter, but they kind of fry because they put a little bit of oil in the little like the cup they cook them in, and they rotate them so they're kind of fried as they go around. Then they put them in this boat, this paper boat, and then they put like
Yeah.
a mayonnaise sauce and like seaweed powder on it, and then bonito flakes, which are like
It's
fish flakes.
so good.
And then they dance.
And it moves.
The flakes dance.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally.
oh,
I
it's so
have-
good.
I've had them here. I've had them nowhere. Nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
Nowhere is like Osaka.
You gotta come to Osaka. You gotta
You
come
have
to
to.
Osaka.
There's no chance.
It's not even close. It's
No.
not even close, man. Like I'm pretty sure John, at least I'm Jono and Masaki and I think we have our go-to places in Osaka where to have it too. I mean, like it is that good. Like for me, there's a place called the American Village, and then there's a 7-Eleven American Village, and right next to it is a stand. And that's the one I go to every time. Every single time. It's right there.
Is that the one you
every
and I
time.
had when we walked through that little Osaka area? Did we get that or no?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I
We
like-
had
'cause, like,
some.
Because there are several there's several really
So
good
many good
ones,
ones,
but
yeah.
like that particular one is the one. And then Masaki took me one that was kind of close by, and then they had one with melted cheese on top. It was just wow.
Yeah.
It was something else. I tell you, it was something else.
You guys ever tried charcoal cheese?
Charcoal cheese?
What's that?
No, I've not.
Mm.
Black charcoal cheese.
Oh,
Oh,
Tell us. Explain, please. We're listening.
Like a really strong. Let me go. I don't want to get it wrong and someone correct me later. It's very cheddarish.
So it's like a
Oh.
sharp cheddar, like salty,
it's like a
strong,
super
pungent.
smoked cheddar.
Smoky. Yeah, they're always
I like.
they're cheddar cheese. It's like a really strong cheddar cheese, but it's actually black, and it is so.
Is it black on the inside or black on the outside?
The whole cheese is black. Yeah,
Like even
It's
inside.
cheese is black.
yeah. Black cheese.
Hey.
Bring some over.
Yes,
I
please.
love sharp cheese. I mean, I'm actually
Yes.
like the stronger the cheese,
Same.
the better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Like some blue cheese, I can eat some blue cheese all day, or day. Just give me that sharp stuff.
Mm.
So, one more. I know we're doing a little extra long episode because this is the year end.
We're almost on 2, man. Like it's
I
a
know.
bonus episode.
Hey, it's where does the time go when we're with friends,
know.
and it's the year end. The next episode is going to be 2022, so we want to finish this episode strong with some of our dearest friends. So we're going to do one more question, and this is I think cliche. What are we looking forward to in 2022?
Who's first?
It doesn't have to it doesn't have to be something that is set in stone. It could be something that we want to experience, we want to have, right? We want to do in 2022.
Masaki first.
Yes, Masaki first.
Actually, not one, two.
Okay.
2?
We'll accept
Okay.
it.
One is that when the beginning of this episode, we kind of teased that something we may work it out, that we all of us can get together in some occasion, and maybe we should be doing this when we're together.
Yes.
Definitely.
The other thing, the second one, is actually something that Ryan, my colleague, and I've been kind of discussing for quite some time. That let's hope towards the end of 22, we all can get to fly coming in with no quarantine and all that stuff. Our company would like to host international Pew Pew event, not just Crytek.
It's really an open one.
Yeah,
I
So
would
it's like-
love that because you and I share a common interest here.
yeah.
And I think that would be good for everybody involved. Scott, brother, I'm working on you for the same thing. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. Sounds good. I'm interested. I'm in. I'll book my flight.
yeah.
So maybe we do like Crytek owners meeting on like one. Usually do on Saturday.
Mhm.
Then following Sunday, we do like all international thing.
Mm.
Then Monday, we'll go fancy with the dinner. Then do this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
How's
yeah.
that? How's
That sounds great. That sounds, that is so awesome. I think like not even from a work standpoint. I think just to be able to mix it up. For those of you guys listening, and I still feel this way. John, probably you do too. I mean, you mentioned earlier that you love to educate and help and to give good information. So I think you and we share the same kind of passion of why we do what we do for our day job. When I go and meet people in real life, I think the biggest thing for me that really makes me happy is not always going down and shooting guns and playing the games. What really makes me happy is to be able to mix it up with the people, to mix it up with people who go to these events, to talk to them, to hear their story and what they're into and their passions. And that's what makes me happy. And so that's what makes me really enjoy going to these events. Not so much as like I get to go and shoot and play, but to be with the community is really where I feel like I have the best time. And to be able to be in the position that I'm in right now really kind of just takes that and amplifies it to so much more, where I feel like I'm able to be in a position where I can have a positive influence on somebody's life, or a positive influence on somebody's opinion. So that's what makes me feel the best. And so when Masaki, you talk about like wanting to do this kind of event, man, that's just like, it hit me right here. Like, I want to be part of it. Even if I'm just there to stand at a booth and to just say hi to people, that would be like,
I'm with you, man. I love that.
Enjoy.
I love that.
it.
Like just standing there and like talking to people.
Yeah, I love it. Just to be part of it. Like, that's why, like, every time I'm at IWA, every time I'm at SHOT Show, no one's got to ask me to stay in the booth. I prefer staying there because I want to be able to see everybody. I want to be able to talk to everybody. Yeah, I may want to go talk to my friends and go see all the cool stuff too. But what makes me happy is to stay in the booth and to talk to our friends and talk to industry people and to see everybody. That's what makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So, I can't, like, that would be so awesome.
So that's
for
you.
2022. That's
What next?
Make
Masaki.
it happen. We'll make it happen.
All right. Who's
Mr. Allen?
next? Alan?
I think just that ability to get out again and like you say, meet people, because everybody's probably had this to some extent. And when I traveled a little bit within the country and around Europe in the last year, you didn't realize what you missed. And that's been, like you say, and I always joke with people go, "Oh, what do you actually do as a job?" I talk to people, and they're like, "Yeah, but what do you do?" Is like 90% of my job is talking to people. And we were watching a movie recently. So it was, I don't know, have you seen Clarkson's Farm? The Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear.
Yep.
He's got a show, it's just his farm. And he opens a store, and it's the farm shop. And it's all going to pop. And he's just in the car park talking to people. And Anna was like, "That's you. Everybody's running around, and you're just standing talking shit to people." And I was like, yeah. And that's what, and genuinely, I love it. I really do. And whether it's an airsoft player, it's his first time, somebody from another country who plays, or industry guys. And
Yeah.
I mean, from, well, you get your Paul Chews who are massive way up here, and then like guys at the bottom like us. Now,
Wait a minute. We won't say who that is. I know we all know who that is, but we won't say who that is.
Within the industry, there's a huge, top to bottom, and you meet all these interesting people, and it's great. And you come back, and you it gives you like a little bit of energy, running your own company or doing your own thing. And that's what I really missed, is those sort of, especially the trade shows, infusion of energy and ideas and potential. And yeah, it's just going to be good to get that going again, rather than just
So true. So true.
Oh, It's kind of the same for
Jono?
me. Just I hate going last because like you echo everything, but it's really the truth. Like they say, you're the sum of the people you surround yourself with, right? So this quarantine's really tested that because like we have to virtually surround ourselves with people, and I think if you look at the 4 people here on the screen, it's probably the best example of what we have. Like all 4 of us, love what we do. We have direction, we have motivation. We all like want, and it's not the want for money. It's not the want for attention, notoriety, for fame, for vanity, or narcissistic method. It's the want to literally create something and grow it. It's like we're all planting seeds or raising a child or however you want to like make the metaphor. It's what it is. And I think that's so important. It's the camaraderie. And I'm looking forward to a return to interpersonal relationships with like-minded people, like the 4 of us plus many more. I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's just the 4 here. No, there are people here in Taiwan, people in chat that I absolutely share the same feelings with. And there are people on the other side of the planet that are the same, that aren't here. And in between. I think that's incredibly important to continue to grow that and share that and just keep the positivity going. I mean, I know it's not like kumbaya or whatever. It's like really, if you're around positive people, you're going to be positive. If you're around people that want to grow what they do and share for the right reasons, you're going to be that way. And I think that's what I miss is being around friends. So I'm hoping in 2022, we get to be around friends. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
For sure. And I think this whole experience with the lockdowns and everything, I think it really, kind of let you see like us as individuals, like, okay, who the real friends are. You know what I mean? Like who's been there, texting us, texting each other, sending messages to each other, sending pictures to each other, hey man, some of the weird stuff that we send to each other, just to let you know, hey, we're thinking about you. I think that really in a kind of roundabout way really helped develop a stronger relationship between many people. And I can't wait until we can all see each other and kind of see the physical manifestation of this of our new relationship going forward. And so I'm really looking forward to next year, same thing with everybody, that we can finally get to travel, break bread together, do this show on the road like we talked about, I just can't wait to
eat
do it.
unagi butter together.
Eat unagi butter.
Come on, forget the break bread.
Chase rat.
No metaphors. Let's get specific
Chase
here.
a few rats,
Chase a few rats, eat unagi butter, have some takoyaki. Hey, we're done. Yeah, strong. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. And on that note, I think we've really wrapped this thing up.
Yeah, we are 2 hours now, guys. You guys have been so awesome. It's been such a pleasure, to have started this show this year. Jono, I think you and I, we've had these conversations offline so often.
Always.
About how glad it is for us to do this, and from my side, I'm so glad to have all these familiar names show up in chat every year, every Monday. And
for
and
23 Mondays, it's not just the names in chat.
Yeah.
We actually are missing 2 names in chat. So we have all these fantastic names in chat, plus 2 that are here and here. So those 2 right there,
these guys
are the 2 that are also not in chat, but they're actually here with us. So all of us, this great big family.
Exactly.
It's been a great year. I can't be happier to be doing this show.
Yeah. And we can't wait. Next episode, 2022, and we're going to start strong.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, man. With that said, let's stay hopped up, everybody.
Yep.
Have a great rest of the year. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yep.
Jono, you want to wrap it up?
You know what? Hey, see you guys next year in 2022. Stay hopped up.
Bye.